It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Stroud is set again. Oh, John, boom. Swings it out to Sadiq Bey. Gets Benny in the car.
To Abdul-Rahman at midcourt. Extra pass. And it goes for the win. The three-pointer by Jordan Poole. Here's the give. Walker! Kenny Walker! Touchdown! Smarty!
Goff's got it. Back, looks, throws, ends up.
Yes!
Caught! Touchdown, Detroit Lions! They did it! Amon-Ra St. Brown in the receiving end!
Sends one to deep left center field. Back it goes, and that ball's out of here! A grand slam from Miguel Cabrera. He's got 2 goals. Larkin in on goal. Scores! His first career hat trick in his 7th season for Dylan Larkin.
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Good feel-good Friday morning to you. It is the 30th day of June 2023. We welcome you here to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahill, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio, from Traverse City down to the Glass City, GR to the Motor City. We say good morning to you. We welcome you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And, of course, we encourage you to join the program at any time. You can text the keyword sports radio. Send that to 21,000, sports radio to 21000. My Supercenter guest line, 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XB Mornings, at Facebook, X's and Bros, and, of course, good morning to our television audience as well on BCSN and streaming live on our YouTube page at Michigan Sports Network. Add a .com to that to find our website. xbmornings@gmail.com is our fan feedback email inbox. You can find us all individually on Twitter. Danny Cahill is a Dan in the studio. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. And I'm Anthony Bellino at AC Bellino. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Friday to both of you. How are we today?
My legs are sore. I'm probably more tired than anyone that golfed yesterday. It's hard work being a walking spectator, but I did it.
Do you have an Apple Watch or like a Fitbit or anything?
I have a Fitbit. I think I was over 20,000 steps when I left.
How many miles is that?
A lot. I can go back in the app and look, but...
Yeah, it'd be interesting just to know because, I mean, I wasn't sure if you were going to follow one group or if...
That's what I did for the morning and the afternoon. So I got there, I followed Morikawa's back 9, which was the front 9, went and had lunch, and then followed Max Homa's group. And so in the morning, it was kind of nice because the group right behind Morikawa was Ricky Fowler and Tony Finau. So you can kind of hang out on some holes and watch them drive off, then watch the group behind them come up on a hole. And then in the afternoon, followed Max Homa's group. The group behind him was Justin Thomas and Hideki Matsuyama.
Oh, wow.
Which, by the Ricky Fowler fans there, that was where all the fans were in the morning. They were following Ricky Fowler.
That's cool. I like that. Good. He's got some juice now. He's got a little momentum.
And he's played the Rocket Mortgage, I believe, every year. So I believe he was the first big name to attach himself to the Rocket Mortgage when it first started. So I think in Detroit, they reward him by giving him the biggest fanfare.
Well, that's good. Good for him, man. Happy for him.
And he was stellar yesterday. I think was 5 under, was the co-leader for most of the morning, then ended on bogey.
You hate to see an ending like that.
Did you see why?
No.
You said was he playing the course the regular, or was he playing the flipped way?
The flipped.
Well, so yeah, he said the front 9 there aren't many bathrooms the last few holes, and he really had to go to the bathroom. So he was really just trying to get to the clubhouse.
Really?
I remember
Yes, he said that.
I can't remember. I think it was hole 7 in the morning. It was Keegan Bradley's caddy that went behind a structure to use the restroom because it lines up with the fenced houses. There's like this little utility shed. He walked right behind there. Everyone knew what he was going to do.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, what's the difference?
And props to some of those houses along the fence line. Like, they do it right because they order, like, those stages to put it next to their backyard fence and just have people over. Saw some chairs on the roofs of some houses. So props to the people that, live backed up to the course because they do it right.
That's good. Good for them. Glad they're out there and glad they are enjoying it. And hopefully it's a good experience for the players as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a positive. By the way, we have Did you know that the match was last night? Speaking of golf.
I mean, I did, but I'm sure the certainly the casual sports fan had no idea.
Patty Mahomes has some game.
Yeah, and Steph Curry is not as good as he's always claimed he is.
Well, no, I mean, you could go out and have a bad round on television. Like, that's fine. The dude's like a scratch golfer, Steph is. But
and
Patty Mahomes.
Clay is not.
No.
Clay is not good. I hope that guy's all right that he hit.
I mean, sometimes you're going to hit people. Draymond was out there, so that was interesting. That Draymond would, walk around and add a little commentary, for his, I don't know, are they current teammates? Are they former teammates? We still don't know. But, just kind of interesting that he would make his way onto the green with his two pals there. How could you not, right? If you were Draymond. Travis Kelce, who is his stylist? And let me just get in that closet one time. Let me just run in there and.
You like that look?
The khaki shorts with the white mock turtleneck and the khaki sweater. Yeah.
That was I don't know what that, it was like
the sweater vest.
Yeah, but the sleeves were like hanging off his shoulders. It was kind of, looked like a Power Ranger suit or something.
Yeah, he's got some power in him. Find me, and Mahomes and Kelce, by the way, did defeat Curry and Clay 3-2. So that was going on. Good for
and it's only a 13-hole match. It's not the entire 18. It would have taken 6 hours.
Do you have ESPN on your TVs right now?
We do not.
Oh, my! I was gonna say, please tell me you do, so you can see the game where James Harden was dressed up as a character from Monsters Inc. He had this big skittled colored like fur jacket thing going on. Oh man, he looked atrocious. More on the Rocket Mortgage Classic coming up. The Tigers yesterday, and the great debate right now surrounding Spencer Torkelson. MLB has released their All Star Game starters. That was announced last night. We'll get into the Red Wings draft as they finished up their selections. A look at the weekend ahead, plus a lot of chatter right now. I think we started it yesterday. I think that maybe that's what it comes down to. We were talking about college football, and all of a sudden, people were calling in, sharing their thoughts, which is absolutely what we love. And then I, hop on Twitter, and it is just a battle royale out there for college football fans. It's pretty interesting right now to sit down and actually watch and see, all of these people fighting over God knows what. It's like, guys, just relax. We don't play a game for another 2 months. You have all of July and all of August. Nobody's doing anything right now. Not a thing. So we'll step aside. We shall return. We're going back out to Detroit on the golf grounds. The Rocket Mortgage Classic next here on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Shop for July 4th with just one stop at Meijer. Right now, buy one, get one free 80% lean ground beef. And Kingsford Twin Pack Charcoal Briquettes for $16.88 with M-Perks. Plus, get 50% off the entire stock of swimwear for the family. Buy 5, save $5 on Pepperidge Farm buns, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And Lay's potato chips. Get more for your money with the same prices online and in-store at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Bill Simonson here with a message from my good friend Josh Garvey. Now, he's the new managing shareholder for Bean Garter. At the end of the year, they'll be merging with Doran Mayhew, and they'll be stronger together as one of America's top accounting and business firms. And speaking of business, if you're a business owner, decision maker, Bean Garter has retirement planning services in combination with Doran Mayhew that can help take a lot of work off of your plate. Third-party administrator for 401k and 403b plans. They plan, document, design, and have maintenance of all plans. They can help you today. Go to BeanGarter.com for more information. Annual employer reporting, Form 500 and 8955 preparation and filing, and compliance testing. So let Bean Garter help you with your retirement planning services for your company. Stronger together now with Doran Mayhew. You can find out more at BeanGarter.com. That is BeanGarter.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Share your thoughts all morning long on the Meyer Guest Line. Call 248-951-2176. That's 248-951-2176. Now, back to Danny, Ryan, and AB.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports and Network. Great to have you riding along with us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening. Feel free to join the program at any time. You can text the keyword sports radio. Send that to 21,000 or give us a dial on the Meyer Supercenter guest line, 248-951-2176. Your leaders at the Rocket Mortgage yesterday, Taylor Moore, and I don't even know how to say Peter's name. Is it Quest?
It is Quest.
Quest?
Yes, Peter Quest.
Oh, man, he's got to change the spelling of that. Just throw a Q on there and make it easy for us. 8 under par. So on pace, now obviously things are a lot different, but on pace to shoot 32 under, which according to some sports books, they had the total at the winning total was, they put the over under at like 22 and a half is one where I saw it one place, 26 and a half is where I saw it another. Like that seems like some pretty good value right there if you were going to get in on that. But yeah, really, I mean, top of the leaderboard from a casual perspective. Sam Ryder tied at third place at 7 under. Colin Morikawa 6 under. He's tied for 10th. Not a lot of big names at the top of this leaderboard. In 14th place, you'll find Ricky Fowler at 5 under, so only 3 shots back. He's at least within striking distance. But yeah, very different looking leaderboard after one round at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Keegan Bradley 3 under par after his massive weekend last weekend at the Travelers. Max Homa was 3 under par as well. 3 under ties you for 39th place right now. And Ryan was on the grounds yesterday, following a couple of the groups. The first question I have, since you were on the scene, Ryan, would be the overall atmosphere, because it's a Thursday, right? It's a Thursday. A lot of people got to work. What was the attendance like out there? What was the vibe like?
The afternoon, it was really good. But granted, I was in the front 9 most of the day, which seems like where a lot of the public will be, because I don't think there's any corporate tent out in the front 9. There's a lot of public tents. Like the first tee box is a public deck with seats. There's not many of them. But as well as the green on hole 9 is a public deck.
Yeah, and that's a par 3, so that's, you get to watch some great shots.
Yeah, so you can stand up there, you can watch the par 3, and you can watch the players walk off and go to the clubhouse, all from that deck as well. And one thing you can do, which I thought was amazing, you can rent a chair for only $5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a folding chair.
Yeah, folding lawn chair for $5, right at the right behind hole 9. Which for the front 9, like a chair is the way to go, because the back 9 is where there's the more corporate tents. You have the 313 area, which is really, really crowded just because of the structures. But like you can just, I saw plenty of people just plopping their chairs down and just enjoying where they were going to be for the whole day.
Yeah, and the front 9 is it's very Ross designed. So the holes just go back and forth. So you can sit in between 2 holes, and there's super tall trees, so it's shady. It's a great place to watch golf.
That's where I was, where it rained for a total of 10 minutes yesterday morning. So the storm that rolled through just missed the golf course, which was nice because you could hear the thunder pretty early. Rain, not even that hard for just a couple of minutes before the sun finally came out. But yeah, the crowd by the afternoon was really great.
Was it how was the air quality?
It was fine. It was because Wednesday was the really bad day in this area, and it cleared up a little bit. So I thought in the morning why there was a fog was because of the air quality. That was just a storm that was rolling in.
Gotcha.
Because by the afternoon it was a beautiful, clear, sunny day, and that's where had to dig deep and really work hard walking all the holes.
You know, Dan said something there, true Donald Ross form. It's interesting that he's got a couple of courses where number 9 was a par 3. And I wonder why I don't know if he ever wrote this down or if there was any explanation as to why, or if it was a real estate question or what it might have been. But there are
I don't think
Donald Ross designs that end the front 9s on par 3s.
It's only, I believe, the actual number 9 is being played as number 2. It's just they flip a couple of the holes, for better spectator access and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause hole 2 is a nice straight par 4. So
nice.
Yeah, and it's like, but it ends. The green is 15 feet from the clubhouse, the 9th green, but it's being played as number 2. It's directly behind the clubhouse.
But yeah, but walking around though, props to DraftKings had a nice little lounge area in the 313, area. There's a nice fan area right there where, you can get your mixed drinks. They had some food trucks right there. You can get some sunglasses if you forgot that. Then right behind hole 15, which is the par 3 of the 313 area, is the Soaring Eagle public deck. So you can stand right behind the tee box and watch them tee off for that par 3.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so lots of, if you don't have a ticket to one of the sponsored tents like Danielson over here, you're fine. Like, there's enough public decks everywhere for fans. Like, you can go.
Yeah,
hole 11, I believe, is a par 3. You can go right behind. There's a public deck. You have the one that Langwell talked about, the new one that's on 6. So you can see the par 3 coming on 6. You can see him tee off at 7. Turn around. You can see him tee off at 8.
Wow, that's very, very nice. Very convenient.
Like, that's a very fun spot to hang out for the day just because you can plop right there and watch 3 different holes.
Are there beer sales back there?
Yes, there is a beer. There's a bar right there.
Oh, did you take a gander at prices? What are we looking at price points?
Prices $11.50 for a beer.
Good God.
For 16 ounces. If you want a better beer for a 12 ounce, is like $12.25. It was standard sporting event prices.
I'm pretty sure like the hard liquor is the way. I swear it was $12 for a double last year. So I think that's the way to go.
It might be. I didn't see the prices because as you're walking around, there's different tents. You have your general concession where you get your beers. They have, where Dan is going. I think there's a tequila place like right there.
Yes.
So just look for the all black like liquor area. It's on the lower level. If you're going to be in the upper level,
catch me there, Lending Tree Lounge. If you're out, if anybody's out there, I'll be there.
Yeah, it's probably. I think it's right where actually
yes.
Dan hit his ball. It's where the Lending Tree Lounge is.
That's correct. Yeah.
You made yourself right at home. I didn't know you were putting your
he
putting
marked
your
his
chair out.
spot.
I can't wait. I can't wait to sit in my seat.
He called his seat a month
I put
ago.
a dent in it.
Shotgun.
Oh, man, it's great talking about golf. And our friend Matt Golden over at Tullymore Golf Resort in Canadian Lakes, he's ready to welcome you to one of the best golfing experiences in the great state of Michigan. Play like a pro at Tullymore Golf Resort, just an hour north of Grand Rapids, about 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant, smack dab in the middle of the state, easy to get to no matter what direction you are coming from. Tullymore not only features top-of-the-line golf, but also top-of-the-line accommodations, top-of-the-line golf carts on top-of-the-line clubhouse. They have top-of-the-line everything, and you should get out there. Call 1-800-972-4837. That's 1-800-972-4837. Or log on to tullymooregolf.com and book your stay and play today at Tullymore. We'll step aside when we return. The great debate surrounding Spencer Nicholson. We'll get into that next here, X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Monster Truck Madness 9.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
It's a monster truck invasion.
Plus an awesome fireworks display after the show.
Gates open at 4.
With a huge pit party till 6:30.
Monster Truck Madness 9.
Tickets just $25 and are on sale now.
At the box office or etix.com. Call 877-2EAGLE-2.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Monster Truck Madness 9. Bring a lawn chair and hang out for the thrill on the hill.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at tullymoregolf.com.
The Freddie the Pizza Man Foundation is dedicated to providing support to families and Michigan schools touched by autism. We invite you to join us in supporting these families and schools by making a donation at freddythepizzaman.com. With your donation, you can help provide essential resources that can make a real impact. Visit freddythepizzaman.com to make a donation and to learn more about the foundation's mission. That's FREDI, thepizzaman.com. Together, we can make a difference.
You're listening to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Can't call in? Text us using the keyword sports radio and send it to 21000 or tweet us at XB Mornings. Now back to Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, and Anthony Bellino.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Action. A reminder, you can step into a world of nonstop action over at the DraftKings Casino and play all the classics like blackjack, roulette, slots, my favorite game, craps. Plus, enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match on their first deposit, score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. How about that? All you got to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE and get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. Only at DraftKings Casino, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117. 21 plus, Michigan, only one per opted-in customer. Minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit and bonus amount required 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. So this is something we've been talking about a whole bunch, as the Detroit Tigers beat the Texas Rangers yesterday, 8-5. How about that? That's a series split, folks. It's one of the best offenses in all of baseball, and it is you can't help but wonder, and we could do this every day. We could do this every single day, and I think that we do this every day, and that is...
You said doo-doo.
Doo-doo, just like our injury report. We wonder what it would be like if, right? What if all of our starters were healthy, just for like a month?
Well, Anthony, what if they played the guys they have every day?
Well, that's a
big
what if too. That is, best players got to play. Period. Like
2 days ago, the big blowout loss,
the 10-2.
Early in that game, Zach Short made a good play and made a throw, a purposeful one bouncer to the first baseman. Do you know who that first baseman was? Not Spencer Torkelson. Guess what? The ball got by Tyler Nevin. And they scored 3 or 4 runs after that. And then they lost 10-2. If that doesn't happen early on in the game, and Spencer Torkelson is maybe at the plate even, he does something, that could be a 5 to 6 run swing. But instead, you just had to give your 24-year-old first baseman a day off for no reason.
Well, I think there was a reason.
He had hit a home run the day prior.
Yeah, he's facing some lefties, now facing righty. Had been struggling a little. So I think that might have been
play the guys.
That might have been a planned day off.
It was a planned day off, but that's ridiculous, especially when you have the injuries that this team has. I bring it up all the time. Prince Fielder is one of the most ridiculed guys in this town's sports history. He played every single game for 2 years. As he missed in a 5-season stretch, the last 3 seasons in Milwaukee and the 2 here, he missed 1 game. 1 game. And he was, 100 pounds overweight at least?
Well, look at the Iron Man himself, Cal Ripken, didn't miss a game in 40 years. You know what I mean? So, it's different today. It's rest days. It's load management. It's matchup. Whatever. I'm with you. I'm with you. If you're a starter on the team, unless something is physically wrong with you, you're playing baseball. You're only running around for half of the game. The other half, you sit on the bench and you get 3 plate appearances. I think you can. I think you should be able to manage. That's just me. What the hell do I know?
Not to mention that your time on the field is 2/3 of what it was in previous seasons.
Oh yeah, from an overall actual time standing out there.
Yeah.
First base, you're gonna see a majority of the action, but you're gonna be typically near the bag. If you played right field, you might not get a ball hit to you all game. You could run out there, do absolutely nothing in the field, go sit on the bench, bat 3 times, and call it a day. It's a pretty good work day. That's a pretty good work day.
Yeah, that jog out to right field, though.
Well, oh, don't watch out for the jog. You might get a blister.
You got to be in the first base dugout.
Might be over there and getting a blister on your big toe. But yesterday, Tork went 2 for 3. He had 4 RBI, 2 runs scored, 2 home runs, did walk twice. I mean, that's about as good of a game as you are going to get from Spencer Torkelson. I mean, that is a hell of a game from him. The fact that he didn't strike out, he was patient at the plate and drew a couple of walks. He went 2 for 3. And we were talking about this, like middle of last week, late last week, and early this week. Even asked John Wagner, like, what to do about Spencer Torkelson, because I had heard some rumblings from different places, like, you got to send him down to Toledo, right? And sure, for some guys on our team, Nick Maton, maybe that's the best bet for him, right? We're also not depending on Nick Maton to be a franchise-changing player. That's what Spencer Torkelson, as a first overall draft pick, that's what he is supposed to be. He is supposed to be a guy that changes the direction of your franchise. And with a game like that, I mean, where is the game ball at? 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 4 RBI, 2 runs scored, and drew 2 walks without a single strikeout to get his average up to 223. That's what a great number that is, 223. But you can't fire that if your rifle's chambered in. You can fire it if it's chambered in 5.56, but you can't fire 5.56 to 223. That's just not going to work out well for you. Regardless of that, this should end the debate right now, because we know in AAA at that level, they are just not getting the same quality pitching that they once did. Like, AAA is a little different now in 2023 than it was back in 2013, than it was in 2003, than it was in 1993. It's a little bit different.
Oh, I think it's very different, because you don't really get. You'll see like your top prospect in Toledo for what? Your top pitching prospect, I guess, like a week, 2, and then they are promoted. Like, they'll get 2. Most of the time, your top pitchers will be hanging out in Double-A. And then they'll get, their last 1 or 2 starts at Toledo before they get promoted.
Which never really made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, but I think it's like, I don't know. They don't want to be facing the Mike Hessmans of the world. I don't know. AAA is like.
You got a lot of slander for Mike Hessman, the home run king, lately.
I mean, I do. Just, ask Jamer Candelario how his season's going after he left this organization.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's playing some very good ball. I could see why you'd want to point a finger. I get it.
But yeah, I don't understand how, like, they'll bring Spencer Torkelson didn't spend much time in Toledo either. Riley Green didn't spend any time. So there are some, like Justin Henry Malloy is kind of, he's in that stuck spot.
He's in that BS team control thing.
Yes.
And I think that is that should be illegal. Like, if you sign for a team, right, and you're going to make X amount of dollars in baseball, this is how I would go about fixing the contract and team control thing. If I draft you, the clock should be ticking. And if I draft you and sign you to a 4-year deal, let's say that the entry draft is 4 years, and if you're a first rounder, just mimic what they do in the NFL. There's a team option for a 5th year. That should be the maximum extent of your team control. It should not be based upon when you get called up.
Could you do it like, the G League is a little bit different. But
yeah, because the G League,
you can kind of just sign guys off of other people's teams if they're not on a 2-way.
Correct. Yeah.
So could you do that? Hey, I've been on the minors. I've been on this AAA team for 2 years. Now my rights are available.
Ooh, I do. You know what? That's interesting because I've never thought about it like that before. But what if we did drafted players get a 4-year contract with the club that drafted them? If you're a first rounder, there's a 5th year team option, after 3 years, there would have to be some sort of protection, because what if you have a log jam in your system? Like, what if there is, what if a team is just absolutely stacked and there's just no room whatsoever for these?
Well, that depends. If you're stacked because you're the Yankees and you've paid for that's different. If you're stacked because you were the Astros and you drafted extremely well, and Kyle Tucker was in the minors just hanging out for 3 years because they didn't have a spot for him, that's different than if you're the Yankees and you paid for 6 outfielders.
Well, either way, you're stuck, right? And so I guess my thought behind this would be that, using your Houston example, like, there would be players would have to be eligible, but the team that drafted them would have to have some sort of protection there, because, like, you shouldn't punish them, because if you drafted really well like Houston and you don't have any room to bring up a guy that you want to bring up, well, his clock's already running regardless. So if he didn't get drafted in the first round, after 4 years, you got to figure out, are you going to re-sign him and pay him that money, or is another team going to come in and offer? So I think, because the player control, or pardon me, team control in baseball, I think is criminal. Like, there's no way, in my opinion, you should be able to hold somebody down because you don't want to start their service clock. When I first heard that, I remember when I first heard, like, what is this? Like, what do you explain this to me one more time? Like, I'm a good player and you don't want to play me because why now? I can't get called up to the majors because why? Like, that's just crazy to me. So for Torkelson, you're not going to get the same quality at bats at AAA. That's why it doesn't really matter if you go to AAA. In that first bomb that he shot off the foul pole is what it looked like. I mean, that thing was, inside, right on the hands, and he just ripped it. Just ripped it. The second one, basically in the same place, left field, that one was kind of low and away, and to be able to, and out of the zone. The first one, that was in the strike zone. He pieced that thing up. The second one, he went from high and inside to low and away. I mean, I think that's pretty impressive that he hit the ball basically in the same exact spot, goes yard twice on 2 pitches that were drastically different from one another, still able to make great contact on both, saw 2 pitches that he liked and just yammed them. I think that's what we want to see. Obviously, yesterday's game is an outlier, right? It's not the norm here, or his average wouldn't be 223. But that's what we have to see these games from him at this level, because there's no point in sending him down to AAA, because you're not going to get any better down there for a player like him.
Yeah, and his home run on Tuesday was in the exact same corner.
He's pulling it.
When he's hitting for power, he's definitely gonna pull it. The 2 that he hit, one was against the Braves, maybe. But those were both in left center, into the visitors' bullpen at Comerica Park. Those he hit. Well, actually, one of them was over. It hit the wall. It hit like Trammell's name. It was a bomb. So when he makes contact, it's gonna go a long way, or it's gonna go right at somebody. That's basically been his luck.
Exit velo.
Down the left field line, a laser that is off to fair pole. A home run for Torkelson. He's got double digits now in home runs with 10. Tigers back in front.
How important was that? At least somebody else can have double-digit home runs, too. I mean, my goodness, is that a beautiful thing. And average 223, OBP 304, slugging 392. Like, let's go. 6 team walks, 12 team strikeouts for the Detroit Tigers. Matt Vierling, how about him? He was 2 for 4 with a couple of runs scored, an RBI, and a walk. It always helps when your leadoff hitter can get on base. He's hitting 273 right now. Andy Ibanez at second base was 1 for 4 with an RBI, did draw a walk, struck out twice. He's hitting 233. Javi Baez was 2 for 5 with a couple of Ks. He's hitting 227. Kerry Carpenter, had a rough day yesterday. Couple strikeouts, was just 1 for 5. Average drops to 269. Scope was 0 for 5. Hey, why is he on this team?
Because they need a right-handed batting infielder. That's not a joke, because the other two guys, McKinstry and Maton, who's not on the team, they bet left-handed.
Interesting. Jake Rogers was 1 for 3 with a couple of runs, scored 2 walks and a K. Zach Short 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. By the way, Rogers averaged 197, Short's 225. Marisnik was 1 for 2 with an RBI, a run scored and 1 strikeout, and then McKinstry came in to pinch hit and play a little left field. He was 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. His average at 248. Like, I don't care if we had all right-handed bats or all left-handed bats. I need guys that can put the bat on the ball and get hits, and I just keep looking at scope, and I'm like, dude, what in the world? Reese Olson, by the way, the gift from God, according to John Wagner, Al Avila's boy from 7 trades ago. 1 2/3 innings for him, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And once again, the Tigers use 7 pitchers in a game. Sheesh.
Yeah, Reese, gosh, bad luck. Again, Reese Olson took one off the inside of his left knee, his landing knee. But I would guess it was over 100 miles an hour. Absolutely smoked. He tried to sneak his mitt. Like, he turned to his left, and he tried to put his mitt next to his left knee, and he didn't. It didn't get there, and it hit
him so hard the ball bounced into foul territory.
It looked like it maybe popped his kneecap. Like, that's how it. Bad luck. Just not a fun injury. Not a fun injury.
And we've already lost. That's 3 pitchers down in this series. Now, we know Boyd is done with the season-ending elbow reconstruction surgery, a.k.a. Thomas Johnson. And then you lost Vest, and now Olson takes one that the ball shoots out into the foul territory. Like, that's not good. Detroit already has 10 pitchers on the injured list. Half of them have started games this season. Like,
shout out to the bullpen, though. 5-2 or 5-4 when they pitch 7 or more innings. The bullpen, I think they've won 5 straight games when the bullpen has pitched 7 or more innings.
Maybe that's the strategy.
Don't go
Ditch
there.
all starters. 15 relief pitchers on the roster.
Yeah, just all we need is 2 starters and 84 relievers, and we'll be able to win every game.
I mean, Jonathan Scope, dual player now.
Dual player, get him out there. Maybe he'll provide some extra value to the club. But for anybody saying that Tork needs to go down, I get why you're frustrated. And yes, we have contemplated the same idea.
The guy's leading the team in home runs.
The quality of pitching, like, yeah, and thank you for putting that in perspective here. The quality of pitching isn't the same. So we're not like somebody like him. I just don't see how that's going to get him in a good groove to come back. Like, no, like let's learn up here. But if we're going to let him learn
we
up here,
just need to face Oakland.
We need to be patient. We'll step aside. We'll be back. Hour number 2, X's and Bros, coming at you next here on the Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, 2 things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Hey, Meyer. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
Let's root for the home team. This week, shop Meyer for 30% off Tigers apparel. Exclusions apply. Meyer, your proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers. Now that's a winning team.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hey, Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at tullymoregolf.com.
There are 13 folds that bring the American flag to the iconic shape of freedom. This summer, Folds of Honor and Budweiser celebrate 13 years of changing military and first responder lives together. Service never stops, and neither will we. So join me in raising a Budweiser to raise funds for Folds of Honor.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Good morning, everyone.
It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a good morning. Wake up to a brand new day.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Good Feel-Good Friday morning to you. It is the 30th day of June 2023. We welcome you here to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio and worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. We say good morning to you. We welcome you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And, of course, we encourage you. Join the program at any time. Text the keyword Sports Radio. Send that to 21,000 Sports Radio to 21000. Meyer Supercenter guest line 248-951-2176. 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XB Mornings, Facebook, X's and Bros, and, of course, good morning to our television audience as well. BCSN and streaming live on our YouTube page at Michigan Sports Network. Add .com to that to find our website. xbmornings@gmail.com is our fan feedback email inbox. And you can find us all individually on Twitter. Danny Cahalan is at Dan in the studio. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. And I'm Anthony Bellino at AC Bellino. What's going on in the sports world? We'll try to get you all caught up with all the happenings. We'll do so right now in the headlines.
Big news.
I have a little news flash.
Let's check the headlines. No, it's real news for once. The biggest stories of the local, regional, and national news.
This is huge news.
It was Spencer Torkelson with a couple of home runs to lead the Tigers to an 8-5 victory in a series split against the Texas Rangers. Don't look now, but the Tigers, with 35 wins on their record, 35-45, currently sitting in third place in the AL Central, just a half game up on the Chicago White Sox. What's kind of scary here is that with 3 losses in a row, the Minnesota Twins are now tied with the Cleveland Indians with a 4-game lead over the Tigers. Now, did I say the Cleveland Indians? Guardians. Still going to take some time.
Gardos.
The Gardos. I almost doubled down and said the Tribe. But the Twins and the Gardos are tied right now at the top of the AL Central. How about that? Gardos lost last night to the Kansas City Royals, and then 3 consecutive losses for the Twinkies. And here come the Tigers, 5-5 over their last 10 games, playing 500 ball. That's pretty good. With a win yesterday in a series split against the Texas Rangers, one of the most high-powered offenses in all of baseball. They'll play their weekend against the Colorado Rockies Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Colorado, by the way, you might be asking where they are at. 32-51, 3-7 in their last 10 games, and a run differential of -138. So this is a really good opportunity. Boy, if the Tigers could have success this weekend, I'll phrase it like that. Does that work for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. You saw I caught myself.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I thought about you just now, and I said,
just win the series.
Win the series.
Win the series. Like in Texas, they did their goal. They split.
Mm-hmm.
A 4-game series against a great team on the road. Like that's really good.
It's an accomplishment.
It's an accomplishment. Even if you were a decent team that was above 500, if you're going against one of the top teams in MLB on the road for a 4-game series, you're like, hey, we need to split.
And you did it.
You did it.
You did.
You didn't get swept. You didn't lose the series. You split the series. Now you're going against a team that's worse than you on the road. You need to win the series.
That would be nice.
Yeah, if it was at home, then I wouldn't blame you for saying something else.
If this team's pitching staff was healthy, would they be 45-35 right now instead of 35-45?
No, they'd probably just be like 5 or 6 games. They'd be teetering around 500.
Are you sure that they wouldn't be the Atlanta Braves?
I'm 100% sure.
I'm not convinced.
We don't have Ronald Acuna, Ozzie Albies. We don't have their pitching staff.
Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
But we got Tork, Riley Green, Javi. We have Taylor Moore and Peter Quest at the top of the Rocket Mortgage leaderboard. Both gentlemen shot 8 under 64s yesterday. And we've already got guys out there on the course. So if you have an ESPN Plus subscription, you can hop in right now. Dylan Wu, who is tied for third place with Justin Sue and Adam Shank and Aaron. Is it Suh?
Yes, it is.
They
call him Suh. They call him Justin Suh, dude. Jokingly, but it is right. Justin Suh. Yes.
Outside of Sam Ryder, the top of the leaderboard here is
a bunch of guys.
Bunch of no names.
What's his Aaron Rye? He's had a couple of decent outings lately. Adam Hadwin. He's more famous for getting tackled after his buddy won the Canadian Open.
He was the Champagne guy.
Yes.
Yeah, in the RBC. Good for him.
Do you think we can get Aiden Hutchinson out there if Adam Hadwin wins?
I wouldn't want to be hit by him.
Get Jack Campbell's girlfriend out there, fiance out there.
Dude, what's up? Every Lions player's getting married too. I like this. We got a bunch of grown-ups. Good for them. Good for them. Good sign. Don't need a bunch of me's running around out there. The NFL has suspended 4 more players for gambling violations. Isaiah Rodgers, Rashad Berry of the Indianapolis Colts, free agent Demetrius Taylor were suspended indefinitely through at least the 2023 season for betting on NFL games last year. In addition, Titans offensive tackle, I don't even know how to say his name, Nicholas Petit-Ferrer, was suspended 6 games for betting on other sports at the workplace. Just outlaw it and be done with it. That's it. Jaguars left tackle Cam Robinson has been suspended 4 games by the league for their performance-enhancing drug policy he violated. J.J. Watt is going to remain busy post-retirement. He has joined the crew at CBS Sports. What are they going to be doing there? Is he going to be doing studio work? Is he going to be doing color commentary? Be very, very interesting. I'm waiting to find out where they put J.J. Watt. Texans announced they're going to introduce Watt into the team's Ring of Honor during halftime of Week 4 on October 1st against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's kind of fun because at least the whole Watt family can be there with TJ playing for the Steelers. James Harden has opted into his contract. The 76ers will now attempt to explore a trade. So they had to get the money figured out first, and now they can try to trade him to make sure that all the cap money works out. $35.6 million option for absolutely nothing.
Doesn't have to get fat this time. That is still one of the best sports stories, I think, ever. The dude ate his way out of Houston.
My man came out in warm-ups, and they're like, yo, what happened to James Harden this offseason?
And then in 3 weeks, they're like, all right, we'll trade you. And then, the sweatbags came on.
Unbelievable. Like, the dude was just in sauna suits the whole time? Like, I don't, 33 years old. I don't see, I really don't. I just cannot figure out James Harden. The Sixers could have offered Harden as much as a 4-year, $213 million contract for nothing. For a bunch of regular season step back traveled highlights. That's it. Second round exits.
Joel Embiid flops.
It's just unbelievable how much money some of these guys make when they.
Did you hear about the Tobias Harris quote? I think it was earlier in the week or last week.
I did, about how people just want to trade him for nothing, but he's guarding the team's best player. That one.
Yeah, one where he was just like, everyone wants to get rid of me, but it's like, where else are you gonna find a wing that can do this, that? It's like that. I don't mind. Sometimes when a player's kind of stepping up for himself.
The best was that he didn't call out the fans. He called out the casuals. He said the casuals want to trade me.
Yeah, and then I saw that my guy, NBA Bo, was like, hey, casuals, we love you. Thanks for watching the game and growing the game. We appreciate you. It's totally fine. Don't worry about this. Don't take it to heart. Harrison Barnes is going to stay with the Sacramento Kings. He signed a 3-year, $54 million deal. Ben Simmons said he's going to opt out of the Basketball World Cup and focus on rehab. Okay. And Sabres forward Jack Quinn suffered a ruptured Achilles. How awful is that? The number 8 pick of the 2020 draft will miss the start of the 2023 regular season. That sounds just awful. Absolutely awful. We'll step aside, back with more X's and Bros after this here on the Michigan Sports Network.
The Freddie the Pizza Man Foundation is dedicated to providing support to families and Michigan schools touched by autism. We invite you to join us in supporting these families and schools by making a donation at freddythepizzaman.com. With your donation, you can help provide essential resources that can make a real impact. Visit freddythepizzaman.com to make a donation and to learn more about the foundation's mission. That's FREDI thepizzaman.com. Together, we can make a difference.
Imagine this, a day filled with indulgence, bursting with excitement, and packed with extraordinary moments that build memories to last a lifetime. A day that is unmistakably yours, at the place that is undeniably spectacular. Whether you're winning big, dining lavishly, or relaxing oh so comfortably, it's your getaway reimagined at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
From planting a simple seed to managing a global food supply, growing, processing, and distributing food is the backbone of America. You deal with food safety and labor issues, cost control, and not to mention Mother Nature. But do you have time to explore research development and biotechnical tax credits? Properly administer payroll for temporary employees. Ensure that you're operating at your most profitable? That's where we come in. We're Bean Garter. And while your business is America's food supply, our business is helping you run your business better. We'll assist with tax credits, assess your processes and controls, and so much more. And while we may not be able to help you plant your crops, we can help you realize a rich financial harvest. From the family farm to worldwide distribution of all the things you grow, grow your business better. Experience service, expertise, and simplicity at Bean Garter. Find us online. BeanGarter.com. Bean Garter.
is X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Great time to play golf. Great time to play golf. Rocket Mortgage, right in our own backyard. Weather's been decent outside of the smoke that's coming down that's allegedly combusting in the air due to UV light and turning into, like, that's why it smells like plasticky, some sort of volatile organic something.
I heard people yesterday as I was leaving Rocket Mortgage. They're like, going to get my clubs, going out golfing tonight.
Just can't get enough of it.
Yep.
Like, you watch it that long, you have to go play. And there's one great place to play in the middle of Michigan and Canadian Lakes. It's called Tullymore Golf Resort, just an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant. It is up north golf without the drive, and it's got the lodging to be able to cater to you, your family, your partner, your foursome. 400 of your closest friends and family. Visit TullymoreGolf.com, TullymoreGolf.com, or call 1-800-972-4837. That's 1-800-972-4837. Book your stay and play at Tullymore. Today, it's hour 2 in segment 2, which means it's time for little Detroit Lions trivia. In 7 seasons with the club, this individual scored 768 points. He is ranked 3rd, the Lions' all-time scoring list. Who is this player?
What year again? Did you say a year?
I didn't say a year.
Oh.
I omitted the year because it would be too much of a giveaway.
I don't know if it's Matt Prater.
Yeah, I was unsure though. Is Prater second?
The fact that it was
kickers.
7 seasons.
So nice to be able to go from Jason Hansen and
well, we had that
we had David Akers there for a year.
Yep. Little Band-Aid and then
Yeah.
have some consistency there. That's what we got to find out. Who's going to be the consistent? Where's the consistency going to be at the kicker? That's why I was hoping that Riley would work out, because then we could have him for 40 years because the guy's only 12 years old. I heard last night 70% of the wagers in the NFC North are on the Lions in some way, shape, or form. J-Rod in Traverse City. What's up, Jared? Good morning to you, to all of our friends up there in northern Michigan. Hopefully the weather's clear up there. My younger cousin was going up there. His girlfriend is in town, and they're going to see another friend who, I don't know where they're at. Somewhere, I know where they're at, but I don't know the logistics of it all. But it is, he was very excited about it. I was like, "Has she ever been?" And he's like, "She's never been to Michigan." I was like, "Well, come on into Danny's Fine Foods, sweetheart. What's going on?"
Speaking of girlfriends, Anthony.
Yes.
Being out Rocket Mortgage yesterday, kind of seeing couples out there, seeing the golf girls out there. Since I'm married, my wife doesn't golf. Dan has a girlfriend. Dan's girlfriend, I presume, doesn't golf.
She doesn't golf well. She does. She gets out on the course and gets her swings in.
Okay.
I'll give her credit.
So if an opportunity arose where you were about to start a relationship with someone that really enjoyed golf and was good at it, would you date this person?
Absolutely, undoubtedly, unequivocally, yes.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if you were the guy that's like, no, golf is my time. Like, this is my
You are
soul.
that guy, Anthony.
No, I am that guy. I'm not. She doesn't have to play every round. Like, I'm still going to get my rounds in with my friends. And if she plays, I would assume that she has friends or people that she plays with.
Or
maybe
you could do the foursome and foursome where it's like, I'm with my friends. We're in the front group. You're with your friends. You can go like
at totally different courses. Like, I'll see you when we get home. Like, that's the thing. Like, how much togetherness do you need? Like, I think I don't know if this is a societal thing, but there was once a time where we didn't have phones. Like, I just heard this the other day where somebody was dating someone, and she has his iPhone location. He's like, "Has anybody ever asked you to turn your location on?" I was like, "An app?" He's like, No, like a person." I'm like, "No, why?" He's like, "Well," he's explaining the story to me, and I'm like, we are so overbearing and overconsumed with what our significant, like, I don't know if it's fear, panic, jealousy. I'm not really sure why we are the way that we are, but that is just god awful. Like, you're not going to get my location. If you want me to turn it on, you can pack your bags.
My wife and I we only turn it in like certain situations, or if it's like unfamiliar.
You're married, that's different.
But it's unfamiliar. It's not on like 100% of the time, because it's like, A, I'm at home, B, you're at work or something. Like, you know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, like, and if you know what, and if you had any questions about it, you probably should have married the person. But yeah, like, if she's a good golfer and she can play, like play, maybe play D1 somewhere, maybe Duke.
Because I know you wouldn't go for the girl that just wants to go, oh, I'll ride in the cart with you today.
Which is fine.
Maybe an Arizona State, about 6 foot tall blonde, social media star.
Oh, if you want to do that, then you and I are going to go out, and I'll play by myself. You can get in the cart. We can have like a fun, like if you really wanted to see what it was about, but I'm not dragging your ass out here with the boys. Like that's not. I personally am not doing that. I have friends that have done it before. That's fine. They take great pictures, but they don't do anything else. They just sit in the cart and drink and take pictures. And it's like, look, if your man is in the sand, go grab that rake. Like, grab the pin. You know what I'm saying? Like, make yourself useful while you're out here. Don't just stand around. But because the pictures were cool, I gave it a pass. But if she was really good, I think that would be awesome. Even if she beat me. Like, let's say somebody asked me the other day, like, what's your handicap? And I said, I'm about a 12. I don't have an official one, but if I had to say, I would say a 12. I think that's pretty fair. That's right about where I'm at. You know, it should be a single digit, should be a 7, but it's not because there's always, 2 holes that I'm going to just botch because I don't know. Lately it's been alcohol related, so I need to just lock in and drink a Gatorade and shut up. But either way, like that would be cool if she could play and she was like a scratch golfer. And I don't have to babysit and explain stuff to her. I would love that. That would be great. Maybe I'll hit my ball into the trees. We can get lost for a few minutes out there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to Danny and Brighton on hold. Danny, good morning to you, my friend.
Dude, I'm not going to go and searching for your lost balls. But
I didn't ask you to. I asked the woman in the cart with me that she is the topic of this conversation.
Normally lost balls on the golf course are in the purse.
Mm. Well played.
So let me a couple things. One, being a married guy, to me it doesn't matter if it's like my wife and I will play golf on occasion. She's not as good as me. She's not nearly as good as me. However, she knows how to play, so she can get around the course. It does not slow me down, and to me, and that's fine. I have no issue with that. I don't care if she doesn't shoot 80. She just gets the ball and hits. Great. She enjoys it with me. That's great. Now, I will say this on the whole: how much is too much? I heard this a long time ago in one of my several counseling sessions. And Ryan might remember this, like when you get married, there's this thing called a unity candle. Each, the bride and the groom, each light one, then they take their own, join it to create one, and then they each blow out their own, and that's kind of like a symbolic of the fact that don't blow out your own candle because you never want to lose your own individuality, because that's what brought you to the party. You need that individual time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You do. Not too much, but you do need that time because that is part of your individual growth that helps you as a couple. So, for example, I had a couple of buddies. We would always go to the Big Ten basketball tournament when it's in Indianapolis. She never thought about going because it's a dude's thing, and it's fine. Go. It's not like I go gallivanting around because I want to use the word gallivanting every weekend. But on occasion, I'm just going to go, and it's fine. You want to go up into, the Maine where there's no water and there's no tent and live in a rustic universe? You go right ahead. There is no way I'm going. But I will say that on occasion, bring her along. Like Dan got to meet her over winter break when I brought her over to Freddie's. It's fine. It's fine. It's nice.
Lovely lady. Jill is a lovely lady.
Yeah, I've met her before, Danny, at Michigan.
Yeah, that's right. I did bring you down.
You guys go to games together and do fun activities, and that's fine. And Danny, I think the boys wanted to know if I was going to take the bait on, like, hey, are you like one of those prideful people that can't go out there and get beat by your wife or girlfriend? And no, if she can play,
it's not even that, because sometimes like golf, like for me, golf that's my time. Like that's my individual time. Like, also, my wife doesn't golf, so she's like, I want to come there. I'd be like, do you really want to come today? Like, is that going to be a thing?
Hey, wait, we'll pick this up on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Shop for July 4th with just one stop at Meijer.
I absolutely.
Right now, buy one, get one free 80% lean ground beef. And Kingsford twin pack charcoal briquettes for $16.88 with M-Perks. Plus, get 50% off the entire stock of swimwear for the family. Buy 5, save $5 on Pepperidge Farm buns, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And Lay's potato chips. Get more for your money with the same prices online and in-store at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
When you're in construction, you know that every minute matters and every dollar counts. You've got materials to purchase, employees to pay, and deadlines to meet. What you don't have is time to worry about your accounting, taxes, or ways to grow your business. That's where we come in. We're Bean Garter. And while your business is construction, our business is helping you run your business better. From tax planning, payroll processing, or R&D credit studies, we're here for you with concrete advice and answers. Let us help you build a solid foundation for your business. Whether you're a subcontractor, developer, architect, or engineer, of all the things you build, make your business the strongest. Experience service, expertise, and simplicity at Bean Garter. Find us online, beangarter.com. Bean Garter.
Disturbed, the Take Back Your Life tour. Labor Day Monday, September 4th at Soaring Eagle. And same show, same night, Stained. Tickets start at $34 and on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office or etix.com. Party hard, rock harder. It's been a while. Disturbed and Stained. Labor Day Monday, part of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
From Traverse City to the Glass City, GR to the Motor City, you're listening to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Step into a world of nonstop action over the DraftKings Casino. Play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots. Plus, enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match of their first deposit and score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE. You get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. Only at the DraftKings Casino. Only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117, 21 plus, Michigan, only one per opted-in customer, minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000, deposit and bonus amount required 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/playerschoice. Restrictions do apply. Got any more? I heard the phone buzzing before we went to break. Is that individual still there?
They did not stay on the line.
They did not stay on the line. Okay, so maybe they will come back. Chris sent me a message, as did my buddy Bum. And Bum said, I like having a personal photographer/videographer on the course. She rides in my cart and drinks my beer. Also, want her to know it can take 5+ hours sometimes to set that expectation.
No,
But-
see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're really smart, you never take a woman out on the golf course, and then they don't know. Like, if you haven't, if your girlfriend or whatever has never golfed, and you don't take them out on the golf course, they have no concept of how long it takes. So then you could just say, oh, it's an 8-hour day, honey. Outings, I'm gone 7 to 7 for an outing. I'm sorry.
Well, and it is what it is. You're giving back to charity. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what's the beef? How about this? How about you find an activity that you can be gone 7 to 7 for charity, and then you go do it? How about that? But you can't, can you? Because you ain't got no hobbies.
The only concept of time I ever gave my wife golfing was when I was playing 9 holes, and it took over 3 hours, and I came home annoyed. She goes, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "That was way too long for only 9 holes."
Just god awful. But like Bump's girl, I just told him. I said, look, if you were home, and you said to me, "Hey, I'm at home. I'm gonna go see my sister. Lex is with me, and you want to go play 18 before whatever, but she's gonna come too." I absolutely would, because Lex is a homie. Like, she's cool. All she's gonna do is sit in the cart and laugh and drink. Like, that's what she does. She just giggles. You put her in the cart, you give her a mom water or a high noon, and she's just giggling, just smiling and there's no complaining, right? There's never any pushback over like what's going on, and I think that's what. From a friend's perspective, that's what we get caught up in, is like the pushback. But when it comes to, because Chris sent me a message, and Chris said, bro, 23 years of marriage, you're fine competing with your wife in anything until you compete in something she assumes she will win. Then you might want to rethink your whole plan. Sometimes it's better to surrender a battle for the good of the war. Like, here's the thing. And so this has happened now a couple weeks at my dad's golf league, right? My dad's golf league, a majority of older men. There is one young lady who definitely played high school golf. Don't know if she played college, but that 70-yard advantage off the tee is, she puts it to good use. I'll give you that. And I was like, what happened to equality and feminism and everything? Oh, okay, all right. Only when it's convenient. Gotcha. No, totally. But for the guys in the league, I have played with multiple people who have had their best rounds of the season. And Jonathan, my buddy Jonathan, was filling in for my dad on Wednesday. And, first tee, I haven't met the guys, so I, meet them. They're 2 younger guys. We start talking and carrying on. I think that when you don't know somebody, they're trying to feel you out. Look, this is a beer league. We're just out here to play golf and have a good time. I was telling Jonathan this. I don't know of anybody who's played in that league that hasn't had a great time playing with me, because I'll keep the conversation going, and I'll be encouraging, and I'll applaud you when you hit good shots, and I'll talk to the ball if we need a bounce from the golf gods. Like, I want you to play well. And I want you to have a good time. It doesn't matter what I shoot. Well, who gives a damn? And so we're playing with these other 2 guys. That one kid was on fire. He was on fire, and they were laughing and carrying on. I was telling Jonathan in the cart, I was like, I might be the 2 low rounds of the season. So far, we're both 38s, and they've both been in my group. And I was like, that's my goal when I come out here. Like, I'm coming out here. Do I want to have a good score? Yeah. Do I want to hit bombs? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm not competing with anybody. It doesn't matter. If I win a skin, I win a skin. But the people I'm playing with are going to have a good time. You know, and we just go out there and be yourself. Just it's personality. Like, I want to, if my wife could play, if I'm married and my wife could play, and she assumes that she's going to win because she played 4 years of college golf at Texas, I assume she's going to win too. But I'm not that guy that's going to be out there running his mouth, talking smack. Like, I'm never going to do that. Like, I want you to shoot 72. I want to see you be successful. I want you to win. If I beat you, great, but that doesn't matter. Maybe we make a friendly little wager for bedroom activities on whoever loses. Like, now we've really got our attention, right? Woo! Here we go. Come on. Ew. But outside of that, like, yeah, I want you to play well. If you're in my foursome, I want, there isn't, unless we have a money game going on, but even then, I'm not going to wish badly upon you because that's bad juju.
Oh,
Anybody that knows golf, like, you got to get the golf gods.
I can't wait. I'm playing against, I have a competitive golf trip in 2 weeks up at Treetops. I am geeked.
Really?
Yes.
How competitive are we talking?
I mean, the trash talk has already begun. The teams have been chosen, and the group chat has been lighting up
And so
the last 10 days or so.
And this happened. So we went to the, when my buddy Bump was in town, all my friends came into town, right? My house turned into a frat house for 4 days. Like, people all over the place, food everywhere. Like, it was great. It was so much fun, right? To be able to do that, just to go out and have activities and a weekend free where, like, nobody had to answer to anybody. It was like being 22 all over again. And so we go out. My buddy, I just bought the putter who I just bought. It's from my buddy Bump, who listens to the show in North Carolina on the iHeartRadio app, free to download. Download it, search 96 Won the Game, and go from there. And we start having a couple drinks Thursday night, and he's telling everybody how he's going to beat me and this, that, and third. And, yeah, it's all friendly trash talk, like whatever. And then I had to take him, and he's listening right now, I had to take his putter from him and then drag his ass up and down the course. But it wasn't like I was ever like, oh, my God, I got to beat him. Like, if he would have beat me, he would have beat me. Like, if he would have played well, he would have played well. And had he not had back-to-back 8s on holes 4 and 5, I mean, if he makes pars there, we got ourselves, I think, a tie ball game. So I think he shot like 88, and I shot 82. You know what I mean? And that's because I fell apart in the back. But it's neither here nor there. Like, I'm never going to go out there and wish bad upon somebody. Like, if you play really well, like, I want you to play well. I never understood why people, like, even in competitive matches in high school, there were a couple teams that we wanted to beat. And so I'll be, probably like a little more quiet. Like, I'm not going to carry on conversation. Like, I don't really care. Go to hell, that type of deal. But outside of that, like, yeah, we're out here, we're playing golf. Like, come on. This is supposed to be fun. And if you don't have a personality, or if this is like a serious, like if we're at districts or regional, the league meet, the Monroe County tournament, stuff like that, like, yeah, you're going to lock in and you're going to just, maintain. You're not worried about chit chat. But if it's a 9-hole league match and you're going to kick the tar out of the other team, like, what's the difference if you have a conversation? What's the difference if you wish for their ball to go in the hole? It makes them feel good. And if they feel good, then they're going to have a more positive round. And if they're having a more positive round, odds are you're going to have fun too. Sam from Saginaw says, bringing my wife out to the course with me is the equivalent to bringing a cranky 5-year-old with zero attention span. So then, Sam, I would ask you this question. Why take her out there? Like,
do you like your wife, Sam?
I think he does. It's just golfing's his thing. Golfing's not her thing. So I'm sure my wife would be fine on the golf course, but that's my time. But I also only golf like once a month. I don't go out 2-3 times in a weekend to where it's like I'm trying to avoid spending time with anyone.
But okay, and you have kids, so that's a whole new bag of worms, right?
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. That's why I personally don't try to go golf a lot as well.
My buddy Matt, really good player. Probably should have played in high school, but played soccer instead. Didn't get into the game until later. And now the guy's out there like he's a PGA Tour pro. I mean, he plays every day. But he takes his son Landon with him all the time. And Landon's learning the game of golf. You start off, they get like a little plastic putter, and they go on the putting greens and not screw anything up while they're out there.
My buddy does that with his son, who's about 5 years old, he'll let him ride in the cart with him. And if it's a slow day, it's like, okay, you can come out on this hole and you can chip to the green, you can putt it in. But if there's someone behind us, his son understands, like, he's just in the cart.
Yeah. And that's great quality time for them, and it works out really well. But there has been in the group that I know, the ladies are doing this thing called Chip and Sip at one of the local tracks, and it is like an introductory driving range course for women, which is great. I mean, they want to boost up their women's leagues at the course, and that's all fine and dandy. Chip and sip all you want. That's great. I find it entertaining, however, that because I have a memory like an elephant for certain things, all of the slack and flack that we took, and now because it's like it's a Saturday, it's noon, and your significant other would like to go play golf with his buddies, it has become an issue. So now you want to learn to play, right? Is that what I'm picking up from this? Is that what I'm getting from this? Because at the end of the day, like, we're going to have a foursome. If you guys want to go play on your own time. You guys see each other every day of the week. You know what I mean? And maybe that's one of those, it's just phases of life. But I like Danny and Brighton's conversation about the candle. Like, your own candle has to be lit. You can't just get married and be like, oh, that's it. Like, you still have to maintain. If Ryan only knew the amount of times I've referenced his make the plans, like, philosophy in the last 2 weeks.
Well, Anthony, here's the issue. Maybe that you're only on your side. I'm not, and again, I understand
Correct.
Ryan's, the how Ryan and his wife work with the, you make the
like
plans.
Rational Humans.
But yeah, I know that. But guess what, Anthony? You're on the guy's side, 80. But I mean, every single time. So how many super close? How many of your guy friends are you asking to come hang out like multiple times? If you're asking like, the same guy 5 times in a 3-week span to come play golf with you, that's a little excessive.
It doesn't matter. Two of them have basically died. Like, I feel like I need to put a cardboard sign in my front yard with their names on it and just act like it's a grave, because 2 of them, you don't even see anymore. Like, we used to get on Call of Duty, late night, like the 9:30 tip off on Call of Duty. Then that was a problem, right? And it's like, okay, well then one of them has kids, so I get it. So I'm a little bit more lenient. Try to plan weeks in advance. It doesn't matter. You can't pitch him any idea because he's not going to be able to do anything. The other one recently had a kid. I've seen him twice one was his diaper party, 3 times. One was his diaper party. One was
how old is this kid?
4 months.
Yeah, no, you won't see him for probably another year.
Another 4 years. I probably won't even see him then. Like, I know he's toast. Like, I know the dynamic. It's over for him, dude. Just play the Undertaker music and be done with it.
But
he's gone.
Also, it's like you gotta make the effort, because it's like, just keep inviting him. I just say that. Just always keep that invitation open to him. He'll find time. Somewhere, some way, he'll find time. Because I remember when my kids were little, like, I worked late nights in radio on the weekend, where I would just come and have last beer with my friends as they were kind of finishing up their night, just because I was like, this is all the time I can give you guys. Like, I got a small child that takes a lot of effort at home. I can come out 1 beer at 12:30 while you're having your last call at your house and ready to pack it in.
It's a great idea.
Or
as long as wifey was cool with it.
That's the other issue.
Because I'm not out here to cause any problems. But there's how many times do I have to say, like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Like, blah, 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 blah. Like,
or take the initial drive over, like, we're having a beer. It's like, we're gonna sit on your porch and have a beer.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I will do that. I can't do it tonight though. I got a graduation party to go to. But that's a halfway decent idea. But yeah, I mean, these guys are just dropping like flies, and it's like, man, I don't really know keep inviting him was kind of, that's probably a good thing because, I need to.
And just tell him, too, like, dude, I'm going to invite you to everything. Don't care if you say no. Just know that for the one time you say yes, the invite's just there.
Yeah, I guess I would just like to know that, like, why? If you work all week and she's a stay-at-home mom.
Anthony, don't do it.
Why? Like, what's the issue here? Like, the other person doesn't have a job. Like, their job is to be at home. Like, you people see each other every day of the week. Like,
she wants to shower and not hold the baby for.
Put the baby in it can't move. It can't go. It can't even crawl. You just put it in the pen. I'll be right back. You keep the shower door open, put the pen in front of the shower. I can see it. It ain't doing anything.
No, because as soon as you set that baby down, like, hey, it's sleeping. I'll lay it down and go take a shower. Guess whose eyes pop wide open as soon as you lay it down?
Hey, go ahead, watch. You like what you see over there, kid? I don't care how. Hey, I'm here. You're there. You could see me. I could see you.
Also, you need to learn to shower in like 4 minutes. That's what you do with small children.
Shoot. I don't know.
You get one of those car wash sprayers that sprays the foam. That's what you need coming out of your shower head. Just all systems go when you go into the bathroom with a small child. Because you don't know.
Oh. He was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can. He's like, trying to hop on Call of Duty. He's like, I don't know.
Well, Call of Duty should be easy. Like, should be the easiest thing to do.
Put the baby in the car seat and just take it downstairs with you.
Just in your lap, and you can easily hold it and hold the controller. Like, that should be the easiest way to keep in touch with friends when you have a small kid is playing games online.
You can literally use your foot and rock the little rocking chair back and forth while you
they're
play.
automated now, so you don't even have to use your foot.
You can set the timer for 10 minutes and rock. And if the baby starts crying, like, it's okay.
I used to do that. My kids, if they were up like middle of the night, I would just lay them, put them on my lap. It's like, fine, if you're going to be up, I'm going to play video games.
Yeah, hey, Bump just texted. He said, Chris is done. They don't even understand. They don't understand.
I don't know, I don't know the dynamic, so that's why I'm trusting you a little bit when you're saying, like, this can't even happen. Like,
it's gone.
Where it's like, if you driving over with a beer is going to cause an issue, then it's like, okay, this is out of the general advice.
Yeah, like, I don't even know, like, what to ask him. I guess I'll see at Friendsgiving if you guys still throw it. Like, I don't know. Like, we had our weekend at Put in Bay, the surprise for the wife. That wasn't really a surprise, but it was like a surprise party for her. So we got a whole bunch of people together. We did an overnighter at Put in Bay. A lot of fun. Outside of that, like, I think he might be done. Like, it's to the point where I don't want to ask because, right, like you said, like, I'm not trying to aggravate anybody. I just like, hey, do you want to go out? You just tell me no. Okay, I'll just I guess I'll see you when I see you. Hour 3 is next. X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, 2 things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to the Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text golf to 21,000 to enter. That's golf to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Bill Simonson here with a message from my good friend Josh Garvey. Now, he's the new managing shareholder for Br0's. At the end of the year, they'll be merging with Doran Mayhew, and they'll be stronger together as one of America's top accounting and business firms. And speaking of business, if you're a business owner, decision maker, Bean Garter has retirement planning services in combination with Dorn Mayhew that can help take a lot of work off of your plate. Third-party administrator for 401k and 403b plans. They plan, document, design, and have maintenance of all plans. They can help you today. Go to BeanGarter.com for more information. Annual employer reporting, Form 500 and 8955 preparation and filing, and compliance testing. So let Bean Garter help you with your retirement planning services for your company. Stronger together now with Dorn Mayhew. You can find out more at BeanGarter.com. That is BeanGarter.com. Huge here for all the Mr. Car Wash locations. I think there's close to 30 across the Huge Radio Network. For the one close to you, go to MrCarWash.com, and there you can join their Unlimited Wash Club. Now, this is a quick and convenient way to keep your car shining all the time. It's everything you love about getting your car washed in a simple, easy-to-use, affordable plan. As an Unlimited Wash Club member, you will enjoy all the benefits of washing as often as you like, no long-term contract, convenient monthly billing, and now you can be rest assured with a contactless visit. So go to MrCarWash.com right now, sign up for their Unlimited Wash Club Pass, and that means you can get your car washed at any Mr. Car Wash location across the Huge Radio Network or anywhere in America. And for the location close to you across the Huge Radio Network, you can also log on to MrCarWash.com.
There are 13 folds that bring the American flag to the iconic shape of freedom. This summer, Folds of Honor and Budweiser celebrate 13 years of changing military and first responder lives together. Service never stops, and neither will we. So join me in raising a Budweiser to raise funds for Folds of Honor.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Swings it out to Sadiq Bey. Gets Benny in the corner. To Abdul-Rahman at midcourt. Extra pass. And it goes for the win. The three-pointer by Jordan Poole. Here's the give. Walker. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown. Smarty. Goff's got it. Back. Looks. Throws. Ends up. Yes. Caught. Touchdown. Detroit Lions. They did it. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the receiving end.
Sends one to deep left center field. Back it goes, and that ball's out of here. A grand slam from Miguel Cabrera. He's got 2 goals. Larkin in on goal. Scores! His first career hat trick in his 7th season for Dylan Larkin.
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. That's Dan and Ryan. I'm Anthony. So great to have you ride along with us. Text the keyword sports radio. Send that to 21,000. Sports radio to 21000. Meyer Supercenter guest line 248-951-2176. 248-951-2176. Hey, Dan, do you have a record scratch noise you could play for me? Because I think we had a caller on the phone.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you have one of those. I know that the phone is ringing. I think it's somebody who we might. Either way. Time now to bring in Nebraska's favorite Cornhusker, Freddie the Pizza Man. Looking for the finest corn husks for a new dough at Freddie the Pizza Man's in Melvindale. Freddie, good morning to you, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Anthony. How are you?
Hello, Big Fred. Emphasis on the red part there. Big Red. That's the guy.
It's gold green. It's gold green. Green and white. Gold, green, and white. Gold, green, and white. Watch out for Mel Tucker this year, baby. Watch out for that game this year, baby.
Yeah. Oh, we're watching. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Might record it.
Keep laughing at Mel Tucker.
I'm still laughing. Still laughing. Haven't stopped. Can't stop, won't stop. Basketball school. Ryan, plug yours.
Yeah. Just don't forget all the people laughing at Harbaugh the first 5 years.
That's totally fine. He won't get that he won't have that opportunity. He'll be gone. $90 million. He owes Kenneth Walker $80 million.
You cracked me up. So
does he not owe Kenneth Walker some money? Should he give Kenneth Walker some money back?
Oh God! Blah 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 blah. Hey,
okay. Right.
a little PSA for everyone. I'm illegally on my phone right now, holding my phone.
Yeah. So what's the deal? If you're talking on your phone, can they pull you over for that?
Yes. My kids are like nervous right now, yelling at me. I didn't want to talk on a speakerphone. Apparently, my AirPods are not working because Danny hung up on me 3 times. He couldn't hear me. So I'm not supposed to. Okay, kids, I got it. Anthony, I don't want you on the phone. I don't want you on the radio with Anthony because Anthony will yell at you. That's what he does. Anyways, PSA, you're not supposed to be on your phone as of yesterday midnight, and you're supposed to use your CarPlay, and that's it. So I think it's a good thing, though. I believe that's a good thing.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Anyways, I called because I tuned in this morning. I noticed you weren't talking Steve Eiserman in the draft. You're talking marriage or kids. I thought that was kind of funny.
I haven't gotten to Steve Eiserman yet. He's coming up, though. He's on the sheet.
Yeah. So free agency coming up with the Pistons and the Red Wings. I have to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Free agency, which is more important right now for this year, the Red Wings, or who do you want to see make a bigger splash, the Red Wings or the Pistons make a bigger splash free agency this weekend?
If it's free agency, I would probably say the Red Wings because I don't think the Pistons are going to do anything. I think that their cap space that they have available might come via trade. I could see that more. The free agent class just isn't – I don't see – as much as we've talked about Jeremy Grant. If Damian Lillard stays in Portland, Jeremy Grant's not going anywhere. I can't imagine, as Keith Langlois pointed out, like, look, Brooklyn's got one of the richest owners in professional sports. Like, why would he let somebody walk if, by not matching the offer sheet? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Even though I'd like to see Cam Johnson, reunite with Monty Williams. So I think free agency, Stevie Y's got to get something done. Added a couple players yesterday. We'll get to that as well. But yeah.
What about taking a flyer on Miles Bridges? I've been hearing that being floated out there. I don't think his suspension is going to be too long.
No,
but
I
the guy
think he might have. I think he's got he's got credit for some games served. He sat out all last year. I did bring this up. Would you take him? Would you take him?
And the only reason I bring that up is because Monty Williams this might be a good opportunity for him because of Monty Williams.
That's how we rationalize. Monty might be able to have a positive impact on the young man. Might be life-changing for him to be around a man like Monty Williams. Maybe that's something that he missed and has missed out on throughout his life, as somebody with like Monty with his demeanor. So we could spin it that way to make ourselves feel good about potentially taking a guy who has been popped for domestic violence. If that's the way that we're going to rationalize it, we just have to be honest about that. If we don't really care, if you don't really care about like what happened between he and his girlfriend, then you could say that too. And I'm okay, like whatever your opinion is on the matter, I'm okay with it. But if we're gonna come out here and be like, well, we could sign him and save him, like, okay, all right, but we know the real purpose behind that is that we think he can contribute to the team, because if he couldn't, we wouldn't even be talking about him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a guy like Frank Clark, right, in Kansas City, Seattle. Look what he, all the stuff he did, and look how much he contributed, right? They keep signing the guy.
Yeah, Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon got drafted. Even though that video was there, he still got drafted, still plays every game just about.
Yeah.
And that's all on video.
Yeah, I think Frank Clark's had a bigger impact than Joe Mixon in the NFL, if you ask me. I think he's been more important to the Kansas City Chiefs than Joe Mixon has been to the Cincinnati Bengals. But, you got, also, too, is you remember, it ain't just about Monty Williams.
By the way,
in the background, Dwayne Casey in the background, that can help this kid.
By the way, John Beilein, according to him, he's no longer employed by the Pistons.
Oh, really?
In the Michigan Insider a couple days ago, he was quoted as saying, "There's a new coaching team in town, so right now I'm 70 years old and semi-retired."
Is he coming back to Michigan hoops? Any chance? Or
he said, "I'll be in Florida and Petoskey and Ann Arbor." That's what he said.
Oh, interesting. Anyways, okay, well, that's all I got. Have a good weekend, Anthony. I'm curious to hear about the draft for the Red Wings, what you thought about it. I missed it yesterday, unfortunately. I heard they took a lot of defensive guys, and I was wondering what you thought about his quotes on Thursday night that he talked to that girl on the ESPN desk. Thanks, Anthony.
All right, see you, partner. There he goes. Emily Kaplan is who Freddie was looking for there. Has Frank Clark had a bigger impact for the Chiefs over Joe Mixon for the Bengals? A couple 1,000-yard seasons for Joe Mixon. Frank Clark's obviously been good. It's tough, man. It's a tough situation. But like I said, as long as you're honest about why you want him, right? As long as you acknowledge the fact of what was done and you are just going to be upfront with yourself and not try to hide. Like, the reason that we think like we would even contemplate Miles Bridges is as a wing player, an area that we need help at. The guy could score the basketball, right? He's got some skeletons in his closet in relation to domestic violence with the mother of his child. If you are willing to put up with that, I mean, so I saw yesterday Keith Black Trudeau said they were like, would you take him in regards to Miles Bridges? And he said, I wouldn't take him on a cruise. So it could have been on the cruise or it could have been on a cruise. I don't know, double meaning. I kind of liked it, thought it was entertaining. But it all depends on, if he can contribute and play, great. Coming back home, maybe that works for him. Obviously the alumni connection there was weird when they put him on the big screen in East Lansing. last season. I just I don't know exactly how that would work from a PR standpoint. But maybe it's something Monty Williams says, hey, we can help with. And if they wanted to match, I think that would be somewhat intriguing. We'll be back with more X's and Bros after this here on the Michigan Sports Network.
Shop for July 4th with just one stop at Meijer. Right now, buy one, get one free 80% lean ground beef. And Kingsford twin pack charcoal briquettes for $16.88 with M-Perks. Plus, get 50% off the entire stock of swimwear for the family. Buy 5, save $5 on Pepperidge Farm buns, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up, or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And Lay's potato chips. Get more for your money with the same prices online and in-store at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, two things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Huge here for the Michigan High School Athletic Association. You can stay up to date on the latest from Lansing 24/7 at MHSAA.com, at MHSAA on Twitter, and MHSAA on Facebook. The latest news, press releases, and stories connected to every high school in the state of Michigan, available for you 24/7 from the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Log on to MHSAA.com, at MHSAA on Twitter, and MHSAA on Facebook. And if you're looking for archive boys and girls high school sports, MHSAA.TV. That's MHSAA.TV. 24/7, everything you need to know about high school sports in Michigan. Log on to MHSAA.com.
song on the Meyer guest line. Call 248-951-2176. That's 248-951-2176. Now, back to Danny, Ryan, and AB.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Want to remind you, a lot of golf talk on the show today. Rocket Mortgage Classic taking place this weekend at Detroit Golf Club. Golf season is here. Matt Golden and his team ready to welcome you with open arms to one of the best golfing experiences in the great state of Michigan. Tullymore Golf Resort. 2 courses, Tullymore and St. Ives. They have a shuttle bus that takes you from point A to point B. You're going to love it. It's only an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant, so it's smack dab in the middle of the state. And for a public course, it is one of the best experiences in the state of Michigan, and we are the Mecca. Call Matt Golden right now at 1-800-972-4837, 1-800-972-4837. Book your stay and play at Tullymore today. You can also visit them online at tullymore.com. Gian confirms. He said, yeah, absolutely. He said, if your girlfriend could play, he just would comment that he's like, I've been listening. He said, yeah, he's like, absolutely. We've talked about this. If your girl can play, then yes, you don't have to be out there babysitting, explaining stuff. Like, that's a perfect situation.
Yeah. Okay.
And it doesn't.
How good does Gian break 90?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. If you can break 90, you're not going to be mad if somebody's beating you. If you're just one of those guys that is not very good at golf and you go out there just to hang out with your friends and you start dating a girl and she's better than you, that's not going to be a good thing.
Why not?
Dan's explaining my type of golf game.
No, Ryan.
I am not offended if someone beats me because I know where my shortcomings are in golf and don't care because also I don't put a lot of time into trying to get better at the moment.
Yeah, I'm
trying to maintain where I'm at in my golf game because I know I won't be able to improve it until my kids are grown.
Are you saying, Dan, then the roles are reversed because you're not a very good golfer and she's a really good golfer, so she's babysitting you?
I think he's saying, yeah. I think he's saying some of the male egos may not be able to handle it.
That's just a personal problem then.
Yeah, I think that's where he's trying.
Yeah,
to get
you
at.
got bigger issues at hand than worried about the actual outcome of you and your girl playing golf. Yeah, if anything, if she was really good and you sucked. If you were like you could barely break 100, but she was like a 6 handicap, well, good news for you, folks. You're basically playing at a 30. She's a 6. You're getting 24 strokes. That's 12 aside. There you go. Now you just made it equal.
Also, like, she's probably going to dump you because she wants a better golfer as a boyfriend.
Yeah, you might have to go let her go play golf with all the guys that can play golf and let them take her for a ride on 18. USDA Scott's on hold. Good morning, Scott. How are you?
Hey, speaking of golf, the only with me being married 31 years and golfing with my bride, I don't think that it's taken a long time because no, she's not good, but we go on Tuesday night or Wednesday night, or you know what I'm saying. We don't play. I don't take her out to St. Ives on a Saturday morning at 8:00 because I would go freakish if I had somebody like that in front of me because you're not going anywhere. They're not going to let you pass because the course is packed. I mean, what's the use? But you're always waiting, and yeah, if you can't golf, and I don't care, it's not a man or woman thing. It's if you're a true beginner, you don't go out on a Saturday, Sunday morning. Period. That's guys and gals that are out there then can play for the most part.
Exactly. You got to get the right environment.
Right. And speaking of that, I am saying I have a St. Ives in it tomorrow. Reason, I've only played thoroughbred twice, and it's because I'm old school on St. Ives. I've been going to St. Ives since St. Ives has been there for quite a long time, and I like the old course. I like the old course. The new one's beautiful, but I like the old course. So almost every time I go out there, it's always St. Ives. But did you guys watch the match last night?
No, I did not. I saw that it was on, but I did not tune in. I've seen some highlights.
I've been so busy this week. I know you know what I'm talking about with holiday week. But I started watching the Tiger game last night. I thought it was live at first, and I said, "Man, this ain't live." So I wasn't even paying attention, but it was a good one to watch over again, wasn't it? and Tork's getting hot again, so that's nice to see. I like that kid. I think he's a great kid. And then on the Miles Bridges thing, I can tell you this: both Coach and that one's a mystery. Because a lot of people they're either violent people or they come from a background where they didn't have any leadership figure in their lives, whether it was a good coach, a good teacher, a father, whatever the case may be, that taught them those things, and you can tell that it's going to be a pattern. So, but with Miles, it's not a pattern. He has a good family. He had good leadership, and Tommy was great for him and to him. So maybe you bring a kid like that in, and you say, one thing I do respect the crap out of Dwayne Casey is he's an outstanding human being and family man, and maybe you just say, Dwayne, we're going to take a flyer on this kid because he can shoot, but he's your project. You know, you're counseling. You're not coaching him. You're counseling him. And maybe that's something that he needs. And I'm a big believer in second chances anyway. So, so I like that kid. And then, big guy, I did not know. I knew you were a Michigan guy. I knew you were born, bred, and bleed maize and blue. But I didn't think you were that far that you would attack Mel like that.
I don't have to attack Mel until somebody has some preposterous BS to say at me. And that's when I have to go on the defensive and the shield wall goes up. Right? When you hear shield wall and in the movie 300, right, with Jared Butler, which is funny that we're talking, or Gerard, I should say, that we're talking about Spartans here. You know, the shields go up, the spears come out, you lock in, you dig your feet in the ground, and you get ready for the assault. And I'm tired of, specific people calling in here to bash the defending back-to-back Big Ten champions like they haven't accomplished anything. Like that guy wouldn't walk in right now to anybody's place of business and they would roll out the red carpet and bend the knee to King Harbaugh himself. I am amazed at the amount of smack that is talked to me for a guy with a couple of cool recruiting pictures and a Kenneth Walker deal that he should pay the man for that got the better of us one time. I am amazed at this, that this is happening on the eve of July 1st. And then to have a well-written, well-respected journalist come on this program to talk about all the effort that he and another well-respected journalist put together this incredible book about the 1997 team, and then just to come out here and spew Nebraska nonsense. I won't stand for it. So if I got to get nasty, I'll get nasty.
I didn't understand that one either. And to tell you the truth, again, I miss Dino, so Dino did I won't say more for Michigan State. Well, for Michigan State football, he did more than anybody I have ever known. And I do miss that, and I miss his his strictness, his fortitude, and his focus every year. It wasn't.
It's not over. It'll never be over.
You know what? It'll never be over. Exactly. He always said the same thing. You disrespect me, it'll never be over.
Oh, that stuff's got to stop, though. I mean, the disrespect card, it's comical when you see it on the internet. Everyone's like, oh, disrespect, and they spell it wrong. Because it's like, look, man, we don't have to like our rivals. We don't have to like them. No. And we're up against the break. Now I got to step aside. We'll be right back here. More X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Monster Truck Madness 9.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
It's a monster truck invasion.
Plus an awesome fireworks display after the show.
Gates open at 4.
With a huge pit party till 6:30.
Monster Truck Madness 9.
Tickets just $25 and are on sale now.
At the box office or etix.com. Call 877-2EAGLE-2.
Saturday, July 1st at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Monster Truck Madness 9. Bring a lawn chair and hang out for the thrill on the hill.
At Mercantile Bank, we understand that different businesses have different needs. That's why our team of business specialists take the time to understand your business, your goals, and your objectives. We provide tailored solutions and innovative products, all delivered locally. So when you're ready to work with a partner who understands your unique business needs, call us. We're here and ready to put the wheels in motion. To learn more, visit us online at mercbank.com/business and let's make dreams a reality. Member FDIC.
When you're in construction, you know that every minute matters and every dollar counts. You've got materials to purchase, employees to pay, and deadlines to meet. What you don't have is time to worry about your accounting, taxes, or ways to grow your business. That's where we come in. We're Bean Garter. And while your business is construction, our business is helping you run your business better. From tax planning, payroll processing, or R&D credit studies, we're here for you with concrete advice and answers. Let us help you build a solid foundation for your business. Whether you're a subcontractor, developer, architect, or engineer, of all the things you build, make your business the strongest. Experience service, expertise, and simplicity at Bean Garter. Find us online, beangarter.com. Bean Garter.
folks. Get in on the non-stop action over at the DraftKings Casino. You can play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots, plus enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match of their first deposit, score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE. You get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds, only at DraftKings Casino. Now, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117. All NHL players, 800-270-7117. NFL players, what I meant. 21 plus, Michigan, only one per opt-in customer, minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit and bonus amount required 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. My buddy Jonathan told me yesterday, he was listening to the show, and he thought it was hilarious with the, what do you want, the Beat the Raging Cajuns t-shirt? You want a Louisiana Lafayette drill? He thought he got such a kick out of that. He's like, man, you were really going at your callers' necks. I said, I'm not going at anybody's neck. But if you're going to come out here and talk reckless, then I'm gonna have to, we're gonna have to discuss that. And, I am surprised at the amount of disdain that one of the fine institutions in this great state gets from some individuals. So I will leave it at that. And we can move on to the Detroit Red Wings. Conclusion of the NHL draft yesterday. And at the conclusion of the draft, there was a deal that was made. Steve Yzerman wheeling and dealing, getting out the old fleece, right? And the Edmonton Oilers traded forwards Kailer Yamamoto and Klim Kostin to the Detroit Red Wings for future considerations. No salary was retained in the deal, so Yamamoto has 1 year remaining on his contract, $3.1 million. Kostin is a pending restricted free agent. And by shedding Yamamoto's contract, the Oilers have approximately $8 million in cap space. And they have a couple of restricted free agents that they need to wheel and deal. So maybe a little bit of a salary dump on their end. Yamamoto was a first-rounder in 2017 selected by the Oilers at 22nd overall. Kostin was a first-rounder, 31st overall in the same draft 2017 by St. Louis. He was traded to Edmonton in October, had 11 goals, 21 points, 57 games for the Oilers last season. Get oily. Both players are only 24 years old, can immediately come in and probably get into the top 9. And without the Wings giving up really any assets, gets Edmonton the relief that they need to enter free agency this weekend. Give them a little breathing room. We take on a little bit of salary, but nothing crazy. And we get 2 players that could immediately come in and contribute. So I actually really like the deal. It was interesting that the pipeline stays open between Ken Holland and Steve Yzerman. And you have the draft picks where they went center and Nate Danielson, round 1, pick number 9, and followed that up with the defenseman Axel Sandin Palika from the SHL, Swedish Hockey League. Then in round 2, they went with the goaltender and Trey Augustine from Michigan State. They went with the defenseman out of Sault Ste. Marie by the name of Andrew Gibson. And then also in round 2, they picked up a defenseman, Brady Cleveland, out of Wisconsin. Out of all the, the second round selections, like that they got a hometown kid and a Michigan State goaltender. Really intrigued by Brady Cleveland. He played with the National Team Development Program. He's 6'5", he's 210. By the way, he was born in 2005, just to make you feel old. His skating was ranked below average. His hockey sense was ranked below average. His shot was ranked below average. And his puck skills were ranked poor. But his compete was ranked as, quote-unquote, high-end. Cleveland is the type of big, hyper-physical, mean-as-hell
got
type
that
of
dog
defenseman.
in him.
He got that dog in him. He might not do a lot well, but what he does is care. And what he does is compete. And for a second rounder with that kind of size, I'm very intrigued by that. This is all, now, he's a unique and highly coveted player type if he hits, but the path to getting him there is a bit of a long shot. That's what was written by The Athletic about Brady Cleveland, pick number 47. I like the pick. because that to me is you have the size and the build. Can we fix everything else? You have the motor. Can we develop the puck skills? So it might take some time. And then they went on and got a Noah Dower Nielsen from Sweden, who's a forward in round 3. Some kid named Larry Keenan, a defenseman from the BCHL. Never even heard of that. That's in round 4. Jack Phelan from Sioux Falls, USHL, a defenseman. In round 5, followed that up with a guy by the name of Kevin Bicker, a forward out of Mannheim. I like Mannheim. That's in the Germany, the DEL, so I'm good with that. And then a kid from Yale who's a goaltender, and another center, Emmett Finney from Kamloops Blazers in the WHL. This draft was ranked as a B+. I don't know how you'd even grade it, but it was ranked as a B+. We don't know if any of these guys will even actually play. That's the scariest part. We do know that, the way that it has been graded out, that Nate Danielson was given everything was above NHL average, which is great. And, the thoughts on him potentially, what can he be? As far as a tier, he could be a top of the lineup player. We like that. We like that a lot. Middle of the lineup player in Palika, we'll see. He's a little smaller, but, he's one of those defensemen that, they're basically, we got to find Nick Lidstrom. We have Mo. Can we find a very offensive-minded defender that can, lead the charge a little bit? That's great. Now, as for what Steve Yzerman said, I have searched far and wide for that audio, and I can't seem to find that anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know where they – I would have to go onto my YouTube DVR, my YouTube TV DVR, and see if I can find it. Because, it's not – I don't know where it is. It's like nobody put it out there at all.
It's very, very strange that video is nowhere to be found. But basically, if you could surmise it. So I was at a bar watching. We did not have the volume available. But as for what was said with Emily Kaplan, basically we're kind of far away still. That's what I'm getting here. Is we're still a ways away in the rebuild. Maybe we thought we were close. Maybe it was that fateful night in Ottawa that weekend that, derailed the plan a little bit. Not really sure. But they thought that they had some guys they ended up moving on from because they felt like they needed to make a change, and I get it. They decide to wheel and deal a little bit. And you end up in a position where you have a draft that you have no idea where these guys are going to come out to. You hope that at least your first rounders will hit and be contributors at the NHL level, but it's much like the MLB draft. It took a minute to see Sider. It took a minute to see Raymond. When they came in and made impacts right away. You got the trade that adds a couple of players that could come in and play right now. So I do like that. He was at least on the phones working that a little bit. I don't know if it is if it's ever been DeBrincat or bust. We have a lot of priorities. We think we were able to address 2 of them here tonight, is what he said after selecting a forward and a defenseman. And you hope that it works out. I know there are some people that want to say, that will call into this show and want to say that I won't say anything negatively about Steve Yzerman. Sorry, I'm just refreshing my Twitter feed, and I just got a tweet here that says somebody's disappointed in me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry, be a goldfish. Sorry that you're disappointed on me on Twitter. Maybe I'll investigate to see why. For Steve Yzerman, this is his 5th draft within the organization. We've seen some picks come to fruition. we need Lucas Raymond to take that next step, right? Sophomore numbers down a little bit, I think, from what expectations may have been. Same with Mo Sider. New coach, new system. I don't need to fire everybody the day that they lose a game. I know that that's a hot topic. But, there were people that wanted Dan Campbell fired after a rough start. Then when they fired the assistant coach on the defensive side of the football, they fire that coach. The defense gets better, and they said that firing was a scapegoat. So I don't know, where you're going to be. It's a whole lot, in the words of Brad Holmes, it's a whole lot easier to get worse at quarterback than it is to get better at that position. I get that. I understand that. For Steve Yzerman, would we like to see some success? Yes. Him saying that we're still very much actively in the rebuild, was that disconcerting? Disappointing? Yeah. Probably. But maybe that's what it looks like when you can't just get an expansion draft. Maybe that's what it looks like when you actually have to you have to shed all of that bad salary, move on from all of those veterans, and try to rebuild this thing the best you can. You might take some flyers on some guys. Some will work, some will not. Some might be able to immediately impact the team. Some you're going to have to walk away from. Like a Bertuzzi. In my opinion, Yamamoto's a top 6 on the current roster, probably gets a shot to play with Larkin. That could be. That very well could be. That came from Chris. And if he is not a top 6 but can come in and give you somewhere between 14 to 18 minutes a night, I think that's probably pretty solid. But we got to see how all of this comes together with the current makeup of their roster. But there's nobody that is going to come in out of this draft that's going to change this team next year. Right? And that's why Dan Watson being hired in GR is so important. Because maybe, and development is huge. Like, you could draft all the great guys you want, but if you are not continuously getting better, then you're basically getting worse. I thought Larkin took a big step last year. I mean, all things considered, with the amount of injuries that they had, we talk about the Tigers' injuries all the time. When was the Red Wings lineup ever at 100%? Opening night, maybe? Then after that, it was knee, shoulder, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, upper body, lower body, broken hands. Goaltending was a little bit of an issue. We took a flyer on Nedeljkovic, and, Ned wasn't great last season. He wasn't. But I don't think that there has been enough evidence to say we got to get rid of Steve Yzerman unless you can provide me with some factual information on who you are going to get, what that trade is going to look like, present it to the class so that we can take a look at it and why another team would take such a deal. Lucas Raymond with 17 goals and 28 assists. Felt like that was a little bit of a down year for what we might see out of the young man. But Kubalik had a decent season. Perron was good. Kopp was decent.
Well, and again, the a lot of it is the extra personnel, not the other guys. Those other guys really hurt your game. When the Red Wings were, I think they were number 2 in dump and chase percentage. You just can't. You're not going to win a lot of hockey games like that. You got to have guys that can carry the puck into the offensive zone, create shots, and rebounds. If you're chasing the puck in your offensive zone every time, you're just not going to do that. So that's what they're waiting on they're trying to get other guys other than Dylan Larkin that are willing to carry the puck into the zone.
I feel like we're also missing is a premier skater. Like, we are missing a premier skater that when they
just
have
a dude that can fly.
He can fly when the puck is on his stick. Like, good luck getting it from him. Good luck. Like, I don't feel like we had that for so many years. Like a Fedorov, Datsuk type of, just get him the puck. Doesn't necessarily have to have the same skill level, but get him the puck and let him do his thing, and he's going to put you in the right position. Because you're absolutely right. If you got to throw it into the corner and then chase after it, that's a terrible way to do it. Like, you got to be able to get somebody that can carry it into the corner if necessary. Right? Get your structure set up, move the puck around, and have a possession that lasts maybe more than 2 passes. That would be ideal. And if your development system is in good shape, if guys are continuously improving, then that's the goal. Dan Watson has a history of that at the ECHL level. He was always a big proponent of, it didn't matter what our record, wins and losses. We want to go out here and win every game. But what's most important is that these guys are showing that they can play at the next level. And I thought that the fact that he could see the forest from the trees, and he always knew that development was priority number one, and the fans would be irate when so-and-so left and went to GR, and we never get anything from GR, or this guy, got sent away because he was going to have a better opportunity to play somewhere else so that I always felt like he was doing what was best for the guys in the locker room. And, there's got to be somebody there that can make that step and be like, okay, here's one, And as far as free agency is concerned, what's more important, Pistons or Red Wings? I think I have to say that the Red Wings free agency is more important because I think the Pistons roster is better intact right now. I think that the Pistons roster has better top-end young guys that will contribute right away. Hockey's a much different game. You got a lot lower salary. You got a lot bigger roster. And you just have a different structure from what you need set up from forwards and D-men. And who's got a good mix of both, right? What D-man can you count on to bring a little offense? What forwards can you count on to back check and get a little defense? But I don't think it's one versus the other. I know it's like a fun talking point that other people might do in the area. Who's going to have a more important free agency or who's going to have the bigger signing? But to me, they're completely independent of one another. That's my opinion. Has Steve Yzerman done a great job thus far? The jury's still out. We don't know. If all this works out, then yes. But to look at a draft and be like, oh, he's not doing anything. You don't know. We don't know any of these people. I'm sorry that we didn't get Connor McDavid. I'm sorry that we didn't get a ping pong ball that, led us in the direction of Austin Matthews. But let me remind you, Henrik Zetterberg was not a 1-1. Pavel Datsyuk was not a 1-1. Like, you have to find value. One of these guys, and I'm really hoping it's Cleveland, purely based on size. Brady Cleveland, that is, not Cleveland City, that it works out. Have a great weekend. Be safe on the 4th of July. We'll see you on Wednesday. Same time, same place. X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Disturbed, the Take Back Your Life tour. Labor Day Monday, September 4th at Soaring Eagle. And same show, same night, Stained. Tickets start at $34 and on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office or etix.com. Party hard, rock harder. It's been a while. Disturbed and Stained. Labor Day Monday, part of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
The Freddie the Pizza Man Foundation is dedicated to providing support to families and Michigan schools touched by autism. We invite you to join us in supporting these families and schools by making a donation at freddythepizzaman.com. With your donation, you can help provide essential resources that can make a real impact. Visit freddythepizzaman.com to make a donation and to learn more about the foundation's mission. That's FREDI, thepizzaman.com. Together, we can make a difference.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police wants you to speak up. In 4 out of 5 school shootings, someone knew about the attacker's intent but didn't report it. If you suspect someone you know may be about to hurt themselves or others, speak up. You can report it safely and anonymously through OK to Say, or contact your local police department and share what you know. Whatever you do,